Welcome back to Captain of Industries. We are currently in the process of trying not to go into a downward spiral, but I think we can get ourselves out of it. I have jumped in here off recording, and we have done a few things in here, like kind of building ourselves a little bit of visual aspect of some like roads. At least that's kind of what the point intended is, to kind of give an idea of like layout and things like that. So obviously it looks like we're going to have to move the vehicle depot, which isn't going to be a big deal. We're going to kind of continue with this aspect here, but I think what we're going to want to do, because if we open up basically the dump station here, I kind of want to move this up out of the way, but I'm kind of unsure. I'm almost half tempted to maybe copy this whole thing, and we can kind of put it in this general area there. And then when the time being, we can take the farmland and possibly lay it in this general area this way. Because then you could put multiples in all the way down to this way. So like something like this. So obviously we got some stuff in the way, but you can go like this and this and this all the way down. You get quite a few of them in there. So we just have to move that, because what I'm thinking is over in this general area, we could put the concrete. We don't have it unlocked yet, but we could put the concrete. Let's go into our research facility. I need to get advanced concrete parts undone or researched. Conveyor belts, they're working. We're getting them researched as well. But the main goal is we need to get some basic fuel going as well. So the first thing before we move anything, I need to get the fuel situation set up. I might get ourselves a couple more trucks going as well. Yeah, I think we'll get that going. So let's go get our oil production set up. Now, I wouldn't mind this getting removed because the plan is, with the overlay of the potential road, we could at some point cut this out. So basically, we'll cut this out. Instead of building a ramp here, we're just going to cut this wall out, or cut this mountain out to get it attached to there. So I think our dump site is actually already done, so we've actually put some dump sites here. But nonetheless, let's get into our oil production facility. All right, right off the bat, we got our oil production in that general area. So you know what we might have to do, kind of get ourselves aligned, but I think we can do this. Let's put our basic distiller right in this area. So I think we're going to want to rotate that. Do we want to flip like that, or do we want to leave? I think we could, let's flip like that. So let's put this one, let's start here. Put one there, and then we'll copy. And I did not want it to do it that way. I wanted to, oh my goodness, we screwed it all up. There we go, like that. Then we can have the smokestacks together and the coals together. So let's place that there. We need a stack onto that one and a stack onto that. Okay, and then we need a liquid dump station. So that's going to need to get rotated and brought out to, and we get right there. So then this will eventually go from point A to point B. Good, good. All right, so now one of these will do, what did we figure? We need to have 60. Oil pumps do 20. So we're going to need 3 of these per basic distiller. All right. So let's rotate. There we go. Now this one can go straight there. And then we'll copy. And copy. There we go. So then we can copy this one as well. This one needs to come straight back. There. Hold on. I think we need to move that actually back 1. Maybe even 2. Let's move it back 2. The reason I'm moving it back 2 is because then we can get the piping in there. All right, so we got that going. So we got our overlays, take that out. And we should be out of the way of everything there. Now, I only want to get one of these productions up and running at first, because I don't want to run out of material. So let's come out. I do not want you to snap to that. I want you to go here, to to there, to there. Okay, and then we should be able to go from here straight in, straight in. There we go, just like that. Oh, I think I wanted to, let's go like this and like this, because what I want to do is we need to come attach and then up 2. Let's go up 3. No, let's just go 2. We're not going to attach, but then we should be able to drop this straight down right in there. There we go. Then anything can kind of come over and drive underneath there if we need to at that point in time. We're going to hook this stuff up first, though. We're not going to build any of it, because there should be no need to build any of this. So let's do this. So there, to up 2, to there, and then down. Why are you not attaching? There we go. Now this should be able to go straight in from here to... Oh, can we not get it to do that? We needed to put a... Alright, well I guess we'll go like that. We'll get that in there like that. Just works just fine. Just the same. Alright, so we got that going. Next one that we need to do is we're going to come out 2. But I want to go straight up. I want to go up 3, 4, there's 5. Let's come out here to this point. Let's go out to that point right there. And then let's come straight. How do we want to do this one now? I think we want to get this one in first. So up 2, 3. Let's go 3. 2. Are we close? We're close. We'll go to this point. We don't want that to connect. And then down. There we go. Now we can bring this one up. Unhook that. Come up. 1, 2, 3. To tie straight in. There we be. Now, let's see. We don't want this production to be done, so let's pause this one, because I don't want that to be built, that to be built, that, or there. I don't want any of that to be built quite yet, so we don't need to build that one either. But we do need to build this one coming straight out into the ocean. Everything else is locked. All right, let's get out of that mode. So now we need storage, liquid storage. So let's go in, go like that, and then we'll copy. We'll put another one right there. All right, now this one's going to come straight out, straight in, just like that. And again, we don't want this one to be built quite yet, but we do need, hopefully that one will get built. We'll find out. All right, that's going to at least get us to the production of fuel. So I feel that we can get that done. We'll get that up and built. All right, so I think we can unpause this. We'll go to regular mode, and we'll get things pumping away. So there we go, hammer it out. I think, what do we have here? So can we actually, it only takes 6 to build that. So let's get the stuff there right away. What about these pumps? Can we get those pumps there right away? Quickly to allow, oh, for this type of structure. Okay, well, get that built. Get that built. That one built. And that built. Now we should be able to dump stuff right away. Probably get the smokestack built. That built. That built. Hopefully, okay, it did build that. Perfect. All right, there we go. All that stuff is built. This needs a output, which is going to be that there. And we got our basic concrete going, which is really good. These should be diesel fuel. There we go. All right, those pumps should be getting going. The other thing we need to make sure is we have enough power going. So let's move. I think we want to move the power plant over to this place, so that way they're straight hooked up to the fuel source power. So let's get one of these going. And I think, can we do, let's do something like this. Let's give ourselves a little bit of that room. And then we'll, oh, nope, that doesn't need to go there. Hold on a second. This is going to have to come around from this direction. So if we go, let's pause everything. I don't want this stuff built quite yet. So if we go like this, eventually we can go copy, copy, right? Bring our piping around. Then we go straight in. Do we do that, or do we, let's tuck this stuff back. Oh, something like that and something like that. Yeah, let's do that, because then this pipe can come straight around. So we're going to go there, and then we're going to go up 2, and then we'll go there, and then back down. Okay. And now we can go from straight down and in. There we go. Now that's going to give us our generation plant. So let's get this stuff built, because then we can take that other one offline. So let's use some Unity to get this thing built. And we probably don't have enough parts. There's that built. We had it paused, so that was the issue. And the generators are built. Nice. All right. So now that that stuff is built, that stuff should be producing power for us eventually. Once we get some fuel into this stuff right here. But we are missing some coal. So let's... Trucks can import into that. So we're going to need some sort of coal thing going on here. So hopefully we get a truck that's coming from, let's see, this plant right here. We can, let's disassemble this. Actually, let's see what we got for power. 400, we're at 800 max. So if I take this one, what are we doing here? So 800. We got to leave that one running until this stuff is up to par. Until this stuff is running right there. And we're not quite running yet. So we got to wait for that. Hopefully we're getting... Yep, we're getting some coal into there, which should be able to produce our fuel to get ourselves the generation. So that, there we go. So we just got our power up, which is good. Nice. All right, so then we also need to get this stuff going as well. So it does look like we're going to need to do some sort of... rubber parts going. We definitely need to get some concrete stuff going, but we do have a bunch of concrete here, so that's always good. Let's keep this storage for right now, because we need to make ourselves some spots for some of the parts that we have in here. So that's going to kind of get over into this situation of this here as well. But I think before we do any of that, I want to get some of this coal stuff going. Because if we don't get any of this coal stuff going, then we are basically a little bit of SOL. Let's see. Where do we want to put this baby? This one kind of sits at a weird angle, which is... It's okay, whatever. We'll set that one, and then let's set the mining area for it. We're going to get a lot of dirt for that right off the bat, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay. So let's edit the area so we get ourselves into the coal. There we be. We'll just go like that. Eventually, all of this will be coal anyways, so we can always expand that later on. Woo! Big cracks of lightning. All right. We probably want to slide this back, because I think what we're going to want to do is make sure that this gets flattened, that gets flattened for what it's worth, and go like that. That should be plenty of stuff to get done there. So we need another excavator and probably 2 more trucks. So let's go build that excavator real quick. Actually, let's build 2 of those, and let's build 2 more of those ones. That stuff should be going. We're gonna have to get a maintenance building going as well again. But we do need to put an ore sorter down. So we're going to need that. All right, so let's put that thing. Let's put it this direction. So that can go into here, right? We'll get that built. We're going to want coal. And there's probably going to be some rock and dirt. So we'll build that. And then let's change our output. So this is going to get deleted. This is going to get deleted. That's going to get deleted. Change that to dirt, change that to rock, and then change the center input to coal. And then we also going to need a loose storage container. Probably help if we rotate that. And then that's going to be coal. We could probably put another one on here. That way that thing just keeps chugging away. And we don't have any trucks quite yet. So we'll get that stuff going and built. So now the big thing is going to be, what do we want for... We don't have any wood coming in. Wow, okay. Alright, well, let's get this stuff cleared out. This whole thing can get cleared out. That whole thing can get cleared out eventually, because eventually we're going to move... we're just going to move all of this stuff at some point. So some of this could just go away. There we go. That should give them plenty of wood. A couple things we probably should do is copy these to give ourselves some more storage. We're just going to let them build that. All right. So I think we could actually take this down. Don't need that because then we got this stuff down here that's working away. The one thing that we're going to need here as well is we are going to need some sort of loose storage for coal. So we need to go this direction. Let's think this through. What else do we have on here? We don't have anything specifically, just some coal, right? Nothing for outputs. All right, so let's do some loose storage. Let's bring this like that. And then we should be able to run that there. Let's put this to as coal. And we want this to be half full. Let's just get Unity to build that thing. We can't build that one because we don't have enough. All right, so we better slow down our building a little bit. So that way things can get built. Let's actually... We already got 2 into that one. Let's just pause that one for now. We don't need it at this point in time. This I would like to keep half full as well. We might need to put another one of these in chain. Keep an eye on our maintenance and our parts and all that kind of stuff there. Stuff is working away. We need to definitely get into our concrete production stuff going here very shortly. We aren't doing too bad. We're not doing too bad. What else do we need here? We better get something going for mechanical parts, right? So... if that's the case, we need to go to assembly. I know I wanted to move this, but let's just wait because we need to definitely get concrete stuff moved. But we also need those parts moved. So what do we need? Electric part or mechanical parts and electronics. So we need to get an electronics one going, which we have the mechanical. We just need the electronic part going. So let's think this through. I really would like to move this stuff over here though. Like basically just copy paste this here. Let's maybe just copy paste this because then we can always delete, right? So if we copy that whole setup like that, and then we rotate and we put something here like that. What's going to cost me to build that whole thing? 168. So let's put everything on pause. We don't want anything built quite yet. We're going to have to save up for that, but we still need to get these parts going. Okay. Let's keep moving. Because then this gives me the ability to rethink how we want some of these, the stuff here. But we got to make sure that we keep up. All right, that excavator is going to be mining some coal. And we got 2 more trucks going, so that needs to come over to this direction. There, and we'll do 2. So 2 trucks going to go there. Coal production should get moving here very shortly. I would say maybe another truck might be beneficial. Or another tree cutter might be beneficial. But let's take a look here. What do we got going on? So farm could not store all potatoes. Okay. There's some mining constructions out of... Yep. All right. We understand. Yep. Stockpile. We're going to collect some copper and some fuel and construction parts and cement blocks. All right. Establish a limestone. So that's going to be another thing that we need to do as well. So we need to get that stuff going. The limestone production's way over here. So let's get another limestone at least going. That can go next to the tree. And let's edit that area because we need it to go in here. The plan is to hopefully just mine this top stuff. Let's get that one going and something like that. All right, that's going to tell me that that is out of the area, which I'm not going to dig in the ocean anyways. All right, let's slide that back as well. As long as it's in, we'll check mark that. And then we're going to need to make another truck. So we need to get this limestone thing going. Otherwise, we're going to start... let's see. What is this guy doing? I thought I told you to go over here. Or do we already have one coming over here? What's going on? We already got one going over there. All right, I want you to go and do limestone. And then we need to get a limestone stuff built. So that's way over here. Okay. So that needs to go there. And then we need a minimum of 2 trucks. Let's get an ore sorting facility going. Let's see. Let's just put this here for right now. Can we go like this? Like this is going to be quicker though. So let's just maybe put that right there. And then we're going to need limestone. Probably going to be some dirt and probably going to be some, might be some rocks in there, but let's get rid of that. And we're going to go limestone, dirt and rock and loose storage there. And loose storage again. So those ones are going to be limestone and limestone. There we go. We'll let everything just get built slowly. And then we still need the production. So we had some water over here, which needs, let's see, which that's going to need definitely some clearing. Get those trucks cleared. And then I think we're going to need some clearing as well for the limestone production. But I really want to put the limestone production over here. That's going to be a long haul for those trucks, but I think we can do it. The trucks are not that extremely busy, so we are keeping up. We got plenty of coal. Wood is what's kind of hindering us right now. So we could possibly just get another truck going, but we got to be careful. Got to be careful with what we have for maintenance. So that was the big thing. We need mechanical parts and electronic parts. So let's take a look at what we have going. Okay, can we slowly build this? It's going to take 60 parts. We only have 20. Can we go in and take a look at... We can't... There's nothing that's going to change for electrical parts for us. Yeah. Nothing there. Okay. So we need to slowly build this stuff up. 30. So what's this going to take to build? Just that. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to see what it was going to take. Not actually build it. Whoops. All right. Well, apparently we're getting built, I guess. And we'll just build that. Why not, right? I guess we're at that point. Why not? All right. So that's the case. What do we got going on here? Waiting for products, which is trucks can import. So we got that going. We just need to be careful, right? That we don't run ourselves into a predicament. Because these things are producing as much as we possibly can. These guys are... Tree harvester has no trees assigned. Oh, I bet you it has no trucks assigned. I bet you that's what the issue is. Where's that tree harvester at? Right there. Okay, so we just need 2 trucks there. All right, 2 trucks. Go with that guy. All right, how are we sitting with fuel? Full on that, which is good. We're gonna wait on that production. We're keeping that half full. Can't wait to get that stuff piped in. So that's gonna help a lot of things there. Eventually we're gonna need rubber parts, but we need this here to be able to build some more equipment. We should almost put a output storage on that, but I want to tie that in with the whole production. Farm cannot store potatoes. It's okay. Let's go into this. I want to make sure that we got some stuff shipyard, because that's going to be important as well. We're going to need the ship to go out and start getting some things. Fuel station is going to be important. Conveyor, that's going to be the next one. We could honestly wait with the advanced concrete. This stuff might be important, but this might be just as important as well. So let's do these ones like so. So we'll queue up the fuel station, the groundwater pump, the logistics, and water settlement. Crop rotation, we're fine for right now, I think. But we'll go here, and then we'll go to that one, to that one. So we'll add those two into the queue, and probably the stacker. So we'll queue all those up. So we got plenty going on here in the queue. That's going to help us out. Roads could be important. Gravel ramps could be important, but let's get this stuff all... Let's get all this stuff done first. Where are we sitting at with any of these parts? So they are starting to build that. That's good. Let's get our overlay so we could kind of start moving some of this stuff, but I do want to do, for future reference, I want to take this one, right? And we're going to go, let's see, let's go something like this. Let's give ourselves a little bit of room. So one, and I want to pause. There we go. So now can I copy again? And then we'll copy that one again. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be advanced part or construction parts. And then we're going to copy this one. And then this one's eventually going to be 2, right? Advanced parts 2. And then advanced parts 3. But we don't need any of that stuff built yet. The other thing that we're going to need is some storage containers, right? Storage containers. 1. So these aren't going to get built. So let's pause that. And we're going to copy. That should be able to go right there. And we should be able to get rid of that one. So the other thing that we need, what else do we have over here? We need mechanical parts. So let's copy this one. This is where things could get a little goofy on us. But if we go something like this here, and we'll pause that production because we don't need it. So let's copy. Actually, no, we don't need to copy that one. We're going to need a storage. So one would go there, and then this one would go here. Is that right? They'll be a little close. But this will give us room to go with that. So this will give us into here, which we can also output into the others, but that's going to give us a double stack storage. Okay. And then we're going to need storage on this side of that, right? So output. Let's copy this, and then we can go output. Need to rotate you, and then that's going to be construction parts. That one's going to be construction parts, and then this one's going to be iron in. So we're going to have a couple iron in things on here with some extra storage, hopefully, is the thought and the idea. This one doesn't need to actually be here. Okay, we don't have enough people. Let's turn the beacon back on. And let's actually copy there, but we should be able to pause the production because I think, yeah, we got plenty of storage. We just need some people. So let's actually copy this one again, copy you again, and we should be good there for a while. All right, so we need to make sure that we have, get some more people in, which, what do we have? 14 refugee expected in 5 months, so we should be all right. We should be okay. Fuel is looking good. We need to make these parts. So we need to make another facility for that. All right, so what is our facility? What do we have? Mechanical parts, mechanical and electric. Which mechanical is going to be this one. And what is, for now, what do we got going here? So we need in, where did I put those ones? Did I not build that one yet? Oh, it's right there, dummy. And then this one's going to have to be electric parts. Okay. So that's going to have to be with the production of the limestone plant. But, or not the limestone, the copper. Because those are the parts we need. But we should be good there. So should be able to put one more. No, that's going to be, we don't want that. We need rubber parts and copper parts into this one. So let's just copy this blank one. So there and there, and we can actually get rid of that one. And this one needs to be electrical, and this one needs to be copper. And we got that one set up. We need to get ourselves up into this production there as well. So hopefully those guys are bringing some scrap stuff in. Okay, awesome. Waiting on products. So trucks can import. So let's get that moving. Recipes there. We're good there. Okay. So we got some parts moving. There can be, I don't want to tear this stuff down quite yet. Do not want to do that. All right, so we got some more refugees. We got 14 of them. They're bringing us some parts. Nice, good. Okay, we need to build this kiln and rainwater harvester. So the kiln needs to go over by the limestone production facility. We might need to put it right here for now, but we can possibly, let's see. That's going to require, how do we want to do this? So if we go like that, and we're going to pause you, and we're going to copy, and then we'll rotate. Oh, we might have to slide all of this down for that to match up. Like that. And then we need, what, water storage? Where's my water storage? So input in there. This can actually slide over. And that part can go to there. Like that. Okay. Let's unpause that. Let's get that built. Can we build that? It is getting built. Okay. All right. So then off of this, we need to go to, where's my kiln? Right here, right? So water. All right. So this can go like this. Yeah, we'll have to eventually maybe rebuild some of this. Even though I don't really want to have to rebuild, I want to build this to that point where we can make this work. All right, so if we went like this off of that one, water should be able to come in to there, right? Water comes in, and then we have the ability for the limestone and the asphalt. We need the smokestack. Where's my smokestack? There we go. That goes there. Eventually we need these trees all cut down. And probably that one. And while we're at it, we probably might as well just cut those ones down. Like so. Alright. We got limestone up the yin-yang. Cannot be imported. Okay, well that's fine. We don't want them to import. We're good there. Alright, so this is going to take limestone and... trucks can import, so that's being built. What else do we need for that? That should be everything. We're just waiting on some parts, right? Okay, perfect. Tree doesn't know where to go. I don't know why you don't know where to go. What's going on with you, bud? Pickup cannot deliver wood. No valid destination? Baloney. There is valid destination. Or are these all full? I don't know why these things are saying we can't import you, cargo. That's being silly. That is... why does it do that? Does anybody know why it auto... why does it auto select that stuff? I don't quite understand why it would do such things like that to me. All right, we're waiting on some parts there. We can, I think for the time being, could we use some... waiting on products. What are we waiting on? Oh, we're waiting on blocks? Wait a second. I thought we had plenty of blocks. That's already gone? Okay. We only got 8 blocks, so let's buy some of that. So that needs to be done over here. So we need these blocks to get moving. We need the water to come in. Let's go... Ooh, how do we want to do that? Let's move this down. There we go. So that way I can go out to... Can I do this? I can't really get rid of that. So that was that kind of defeated the purpose, but I should be able to run conveyors underneath there. So that should be all right. All right. So we're just continuing to wait for some parts there. We got some new refugees. Hooray. Nice. We got those. Perfect. All right. What are we sitting at for population and housing? 74. We got plenty of housing to go around. All right. How many workers we got? 39 workers. What's going on here? All right. So we're just waiting on some products onto that. And that looks extremely full. So, are we making parts? We are making parts. Waiting for parts. Okay. So, we're just waiting for our cement to be done. Kind of seems like what the whole thing is here. All right. Wood is... Why is our wood so low? Why are we having issues with our wood? Oh, yeah. Because I just sold a bunch of it. That's why. Just sold a bunch. Okay. Got that. Let's check on the fuel. The fuel should be good. Self-sustaining. We do need to start making some rubber parts, but we have 185 of those. How are we sitting over here? So the big one is the cement. So we need to make sure we can get the cement going. But hopefully we can need 60 there. 27. And we're still waiting for this to get built. Okay. All right, good. That's built. Now we should be able to hammer out some of that, but we're still waiting on concrete parts. So once the wood gets up there, we should be able to purchase some more concrete blocks until we can start producing our own. There we go. Some more concrete blocks to start making some more mechanical parts. Or I don't know why I keep wanting to call this mechanical parts, but these are construction parts, not mechanical parts. So we got 2 slabs going, and I'm thinking we're just going to keep this running as is for right now, and let's maybe start working on getting... We have one of those going, so we can also build one of those, but that's 30 parts. We could get this one going as well, so we could build that, which is 25. We don't have that much, but let's put that into to be built into production there. This one can be set to those ones there, and that way we know what is what. And then we're going to need to basically copy paste right there. But we don't want that built. We want this to be construction parts 2. All right, it's coming together. We'll eventually start disassembling some of that stuff, but not until the time beings. We got some more refugees, bringing us some more stuff. Good. What are we sitting at for population? We still have plenty of room. Belt conveyors are done. Nice. We're not going to build any of that stuff quite yet. We'll just, we'll maybe pump out some more of these trucks, but we need some of this stuff going. So this is the vehicle parts is the big one that we need to do. So where is that one? Was it this one? Vehicle parts. Did we not have one for the vehicle parts quite yet? Because we needed these 2 parts to make the vehicle parts, right? None of that stuff's going. So we need to copy one of these, right? So if we go, but we want to change this to vehicle parts. So let's think about how this is going to come in, right? So you're going to have to come in with these 2 products. So do we want to rotate these 2? I think we might want to rotate these ones. And we'll offset this, because what we can do then, if we come back a little bit and like that, so those parts should be able to go into there. But if we move there and then we move for future expansion, can we move this down there? Oh, all right. So we just need to move this down 1 spot there. And there. And then what is this one? That one is iron, because these ones need iron and These are the ones that are going to need some different parts to them. Okay. So can we move? Can we move like this? That will come into here. We could actually probably do... How do we want to do this? I want to maybe move this down, but I can't. Dang it. I could move this one to the side. So let's move this one to the side. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we got enough more refugees coming in. Hooray. Let's actually turn that off for right now. We should be good. All right, so we got some more workers. So we're still waiting on that we need to get built. So this needs to get high priority as well. And one of these needs to get high priority, right? Electronic parts. Where are we sitting at with electronic parts? So if I pin that, where is my electronic parts? I thought I just pinned it. There we go. Where are we sitting at that? 130. So we just need to get this going because we do have that stuff, right? We do have enough of that in storage. All right, can we get this thing going? That is slowly getting built. We're still waiting on parts there. So can we... 49. We'll let this be. So let's actually put an alarm on there. Notify me when we're 25% empty. Okay. And it is because it hasn't rained. We're at 20. We're at 24. So we could actually get this one hooked up, but we still are fighting the construction parts is what we're fighting. All right. So what do we got going on here? So that is extremely full. That's okay. We do need to get this going here as well. So let's look at what we have. So we're still working on building the kiln, building assembly with electronic parts, vehicle, repair the shipyard. All right. So I think we're doing good. This should be getting ship dock repair. Nice. So then we want to make sure that we get enough coal into that one, which will eventually we'll need maybe some storage units. So we could put them up, but just we're not going to build them quite yet. All right. So how do we want to... So we will go like something like so here, and we'll pause that production, and then we'll just copy this. Can we not? Why can't we put it there? Because of the tree? Oh, there we go. All right, and then this one's going to be coal, and this one is going to be limestone. And then eventually those can go right into there and right into there, and we'll be able to make our concrete blocks. Okay. So that should be firing away quickly. Let's see. What are we missing? Are we still missing them parts there? Which we have some, but we're waiting on products. So we need more of these. There we go. Just bought as much as we possibly could to keep the parts moving. Yeah, the blocks is what's holding us up. So that should be good there. Those trees should be able to keep working. All right, so we got kind of the stuff that we wanted to accomplish today. We're just obviously waiting on some of this block stuff to get going. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.